Hey, how's everybody? How's everybody doing? Hopefully, you had a great end of the year and hopefully a great start to this year. I just kind of want to talk a little bit about that. I thought I'd kind of talk a little bit about 2024 and some what objectives and goals for 2025 for myself. So back when I was working, I actually got a chance to work for over 10 years with Japanese consultants. And one of the things that we did when I was working with the Japanese consultants is that they used to call it Hansei. So we used to do Hansei after some of the events we did, as well as at the end of the year. So what the Hansei means, reflect or to look back on, right, in Japanese. So it's kind of go back and reflect on the past year. How was the past year? What went well? What was bad? And then kind of from that, kind of determine what worked really well, what worked really bad, and those kind of things. Start to look at the future and what are you going to do next, and how are we going to change those things that didn't go as well as we would like to, so we could change them. So I thought I'd do that, just kind of a little different. I know everybody's putting these out there, talking about them. I just kind of thought I'd just kind of throw it out there. So kind of the first of the year started off good. Everybody had high hopes for 2024. I know for me in February, kind of my dad, should say, so the end of the year, the first of the year, we kind of started planning out. We're planning on retiring in 2024. So we started looking at places to move. When we had come out here to the East Coast, out to Myrtle Beach in this area, looked around. We've been out here a couple of times. We've been to Florida. We went to Texas, and we went to other places as well. Kind of trying to check them out, and kind of looked at different areas and different thoughts and stuff of that nature. We decided the East Coast would be kind of nice. The weather's pretty decent here year round. It does get cool in the wintertime, but not freezing. They don't get snow. We're in, I think right now the average temperature is around 60 degrees, 57 or 58 degrees, something like that. So not bad, light jacket on during the day. So not too bad most of the time, right? And then, it's close enough where I can go up to the East Coast to visit family. My wife has a sister up in Wisconsin, so it's not that far to travel up there either as well. So we could do those things, as well as we can go to Florida for summer in the wintertime if we wanted to get out of here for a couple of weeks. So we had decided to come and move here, and we started doing all that. We listed our house and all that good stuff. And then in February, my dad passed away, and he was going to be 101 years in 2024. So we had kind of looked forward to going out for his birthday and all that stuff in May of 2024, but he passed away in February. So that was not the greatest thing, right? That was something I called my dad every day. I talked to my dad every day. So I kind of miss him really a lot. He was one of those guys that I talked to a lot, ran a lot of stuff by, and talked to him a lot. And and I was literally looking forward to coming out here to the East Coast and then being able to go up and visit him and stuff of that nature as well. So with him passing, that kind of didn't do that. Continue on with the house, still with our plans retiring. We sold the house. We went through. We had come out here in, I think it was in the end of February, looked around again, decided, and we actually put money down on a house out here and made plans and everything else. Went back there, started making arrangements to pack everything up, move everything, and then the sale fell through a week before we were supposed to close. The people backed out because of a illness in their family or something of that nature. I'm not exactly sure what it was. But anyway, he backed out, which kind of put us in a really bad spot. Then we had to call the people here and tell them that we couldn't buy the house here. And they said, well, we'll hold the house for 45 days for you. And then things worked out where we actually had another buyer come out. Actually had 3 buyers at one time come out all of a sudden. And 2 of them were cash buyers. And so we sold it to one of the cash buyers. So we sold the house, made the arrangements. We moved out here So it was a good move. Everything went smooth. We got here, we got into the house. Everything seemed to go okay. And then I had started a side business. I had a friend that had kind of been doing some consulting work, and he had asked me if I wanted to join him and another gentleman. So there's myself, and there's another gentleman that lives up in Connecticut, and another guy that lives in Japan, and the three of us kind of started this business together, and doing some consulting work. So we started doing that, and I got an opportunity to go to India for that work. So we had taken that, and we said, well, while we're going to be there, we're going to spend some time in India there, and then we're going to go to the Philippines and spend some time in the Philippines. So we did that, and then, of course, in July, we were there in July. My wife had got to spend 2 or 3 weeks with her dad, and then her dad passed away while we were there, which was another thing. So now we've lost her family and my family, the parents of both of them. So it's interesting because we lost our mothers at the same time too, within a year, and now we lost our fathers in the same time in a year. So it's been a bad year for emotionally like that, losing the family. When those are the people, the head of the household, right? When you lose them, it's just devastating to the family. At least I think so, anyway. It was for me, and it was for my wife, and so it was, it was not a good year for her as far as that goes. The business trip went well, but the trip to the Philippines, not so much. It was good that we got there. It was good that we got to spend time. I feel really blessed that we got to do that and got to see him and spend time with him. And then I got to spend time a couple weeks after that with his family, and helping each other, and the sisters and the brothers and everybody getting together and helping each other out through the time. So we were there for that. So just a lot of ups and downs. The weight wise, the YouTube channel was kind of taking a back seat to, I would say, this whole first part of the year, all the way up until probably the end of August, even into September. I hadn't really done much with the YouTube channel. It had been kind of floundering a little bit. The content wasn't very good. I had goals set for myself, and I just kind of blew them off, and had so much other stuff going on that year. So then the second half of the year, we started doing again with the YouTube channel. It's actually growing again now. It's actually doing pretty well right at the moment. And I don't know. When we got back from the Philippines, we also got sick, and I don't know what it was, but we were sick for about a month. I mean, really downright, body aches and chills. We went to the doctors after about 2 weeks. They tested us for COVID and all the other stuff, and he just said it was a touch of the flu, and you're just gonna kind of have to wait it out. There's nothing you could really do about it. So, but it took us about a month to get over it, and really to get back to it, probably 2 months to get back to where we were. But so it was a really rough year as far as things like that went along, as far as losses in our family and stuff like that. Again, towards the end of the year, started doing a little bit more of the YouTube stuff. That started coming back a little bit. We actually started doing some gig work as well, just something to do to keep us active, to keep us moving. So we've been doing some of that too. That helps helping us keep busy towards the last couple months as well. It gives us some money aside. We're throwing some money into a kitty to do some traveling. We want to go back up east here, and as well as back to the Philippines as well this coming year. We'll talk about that in a minute, but so that's kind of where we started. I started getting back into the exercising more, working out more, walking every day, and working out with the weights and that kind of stuff as well. So kind of getting back into that end part of the year. So that's kind of where the 2024 kind of ended. 2025 kind of just we'll talk about. I did gain a little bit of weight. I weighed myself the other day. I was at 192, so not too bad, but I still want to get back down to that 180, 185 mark. So I have, about 7 to 10 pounds that I would like to lose. So I'm going to work on that. So my first goal is to try to get my weight back down into that 180 to 185 area. I'm going to go back on to start doing the 20 total carbs again, tracking them again. It seems like when I do that, I can actually drop some weight doing that. It just helps. Whereas when I'm doing it, I'm just guessing, and this kind of solidifies that. So again, I wanted to start making sure I'm working out that 3 to 4 days a week with the weights and the aerobically. I have an exercise bike and an assault bike. I don't know, not an assault bike, but a bike that I ride here in my room, and you've seen it in other videos. If you haven't, go back there and check out some of the other videos. And it's really a great workout, and then start lifting some weights, like I say, 3 to 4 times a week. And I'm trying to walk about 10K a day right now. So I want to try to continue to do that. We do have a treadmill in the house, plus walking outside right now. It's like I say, some days are really good and some days not so good. So I was just thinking, the lighting in here, I thought it was pretty good when I first turned it on. Now I'm not so sure. Anyway, YouTube kind of went back and forth whether it's really worth it or not. I got to be honest with you. I don't make that much money with it. I don't even make enough to buy a week's worth of groceries with it out of the month. So it takes up a lot of time and stuff like that. So we've kind of gone back and forth whether we should keep the channel, not keep the channel. Is it really worthwhile or not? For right now, we are going to continue to go and do stuff on the channel. We're going to probably just stick with the 2 videos, the 3 weeks videos. The 3 videos a week or more takes up a lot of time. So we're just going to stick with the 2 a week for right now. We're going to try to continue to grow the channel. I'm going to try to hit the 10,000 number before this year. I'll turn my light over here. Maybe that would be better. And then 10,000 by the end of this year, and see if that works any better. So 1 cooking video and probably 1 what I eat in a day. If you have other content that you'd like to see, let me know in a comment down below. If you'd like to see that, if you'd like to see more product reviews or something of that nature. I know my product reviews, it doesn't seem like they get a whole lot of views, so that's why I kind of stopped doing it. Same with the vlogs like this. If you'd like me to do more vlogs like this about what I'm doing, what I'm eating, my thoughts on different things, let me know. I like doing these vlogs actually better than I do any of the other videos. I can write down the subjects, I can kind of go through them ahead of time, answer comments, questions, talk about total carbs, net carbs, talk about sugar, reading labels, whatever it happens to be, right? Again, I'm no doctor or anything else, but I can give you my opinion on what's kind of working for me and what's not, and my thoughts on stuff and stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know down in the comments as well. Again, these are sure somewhat easier. So we're going to do that. My goal is to hit the 10,000 subscribers. I got to tell you that 9,000 subscribers was tough. I hit it and I went way up beyond it, and all of a sudden I don't know what YouTube at the end of the year takes out, and they get rid of all of the old accounts or whatever, and they wrote it down. I went down under 9,000 again, then I hit 9,000 again, then I went back down under it, and then I went over it again. I ended up over it. So it's just kind of a game. And like I say, I don't make that much money on it. I'm going to try to actually do a reaching goal of, see if I can hit 11,000 as well. And again, and a lot of all I do is basically talk about my 20 carbs a day. If you'd like to see some more of the exercising, let me know down in the comments. I'll put more exercising stuff in there too. Again, we're going to continue to cook, and you're going to see cooking is difficult because you got to go through recipes. Like this is a Paula Deen's recipe for something that she makes. So we're going to go through and we're going to try to make it keto friendly, right? So we're going to replace the chocolate chips with sugar-free chocolate chips, and we're going to do some other stuff to it. So you got to take all that stuff. You got to go through the recipes, find things that you think people will like or not like, and then you got to try to make them, and then you got to make them once and try them. It takes time to really throw a cooking video together. If you'd like to see me experimenting with stuff, let me know that down in the comments, and then maybe I'll do some experimenting with it, and I'll show you what I do, because it's pretty easy to do if, you know, at least at your first try, and then you can see how it came out, good or bad or difference, right? I am still working that side business. We have proposals that we have sent out just before the holidays. We're kind of waiting to see what we get back for responses coming up with the folks that we worked from last year. And that will determine a little bit about what we're doing this year, and we're continuing on with the consulting business or not. You know, I can make really good money doing the consulting. I probably make more money in a day doing consulting than I will all year with YouTube. So, but I enjoyed YouTube, and I think it's more of a hopefully sharing and inspiring folks to lose weight and get in shape. You know, do the ketogenic diet, and I'll tell you, I've gotten so much benefit from it. 67 years old, dropped to 65 pounds, or reversed my type 2 diabetes. You know, just so much health benefits that I've gotten out of it. That's just been unbelievable how good it's been for me, and how much it's changed my life from where I was when I was, you know, because I was in my late 50s when I started it. Here I am, you know, 56 now. I mean, 67 now, 65, 66 now, I should say, 66 now. I'll be 67 later this year. And just the, you know, the going on 8 years now, the benefits I've gotten out of eating this way has just been unbelievable. So apparently it hasn't helped my mind at all. Jeez. But that's all, you know, and so we're going to continue to work on that and grow that side business. We have some other plans that we're doing. We're still going to do some of that gig work here while we're here, just because I think it gets us up, it gets us moving, it gets us active. So we're doing some of that, and it's actually pretty good money. We're going to use that money, like I said, we're putting it into an account, and we're going to use that money for our trips and other stuff that's involved with that. So it will pay for our trip when we go to the Philippines. It'll pay for the trip when we go up to New England, and so on and so forth. So we're doing that, throwing that money away into those accounts and doing that. We do plan on doing some traveling. We probably plan to go to the Philippines once this year, maybe twice. I don't know. We'll have to see. It all depends on how things work out, and we'll see. We're thinking probably sometime later in the year. Like I said, we'll see. Again, going up to I'd like to go up to New England once or twice too as well this year, and I'd like to go down to Florida one time this year. Thinking maybe spring break, spring baseball season, spring training for baseball, and maybe I can go see some Red Sox games down there. That would be kind of cool. So that's what we're doing. You know, we haven't made any of those plans yet, but those are kind of in the plans for the year. So tell me what your plans are, what your goals as far as your weight goes. You know, what are you doing spectacular this year? Are you retiring? Are you making plans to become financially stable this year? You know, what are you doing? So hopefully you guys like this stuff. Thumbs up. You guys are awesome. And we'll talk to you in the next video.